Hey everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. In today's video, I'm actually going to be doing an Etsy shop critique. This is one of the many free critiques I do every single month for free to give back to my community. So if you would like a chance to win a critique, I will leave the link right below the video where you could sign up. Now, if this is your first time visiting my YouTube channel, consider subscribing. I do upload weekly videos to help you build an impactful online business. And also don't forget to hit that notification bell. This is for everyone, so you'll be the first person notified of any new videos that I upload. In addition to that, if you're new to Etsy, you're a beginner, I have a lot of resources that you can find right below this video that will help you get started the right way. So make sure that you check them out. And let's head over to my computer to see who is today's lucky Etsy critique winner. All right, so today's lucky critique winner is a store called Ivory by Paola. So congratulations to Paola. Now keep in mind, guys, everything that you are about to learn in this mini critique, you can actually apply towards your very own store. So even if you didn't win today, make sure that you watch this video till the end. And if you have any suggestions for Paola, leave them below. In addition to that, if you want to win a free critique, make sure that you apply for a chance to win. I will leave the link right below this video. So let's go ahead and get started. So the listing that I'm doing an audit today on is this particular listing. So the first thing I always talk about is product presentation. It's really important when you sell on Etsy, or in the future you say, you know what, I want to open my own website and sell my products there as well. You want to make sure that when people look at your product, they know exactly what they're getting. There's no confusion. Your photo's cropped in a complimentary way. Your photo, it looks great. When I look at it, I should know exactly what I'm getting. And it should make me want to stop from scrolling in the feed and take notice of your product. That's basically the job of your photo. That's what it does. Now, keep in mind that there are many people that sell similar products like you. They sell horoscope prints like these. So you have to really take in mind, Paola, what makes your product different from everyone else? What makes your product basically beat the competition, right? You have to make sure that your products are slightly different by adding your strengths to the product. Because what happens now is that if you sell similar products like everyone else, you might occasionally get a sale here and there. But if you ever want to scale your business to the next level, get continuous sales on a regular basis, build an email list, start growing your brand, and beat out your competition, you want to make sure that you have a unique selling proposition. What makes your product outperform your competitors? What makes your product better than everyone else's out there? What are your strengths that you're adding to this product? And you might want to revisit your products and see who is your target audience, what problem are you solving, and how can you make your product different? Because keep in mind that one of the reasons why many people get tons of likes, tons of favorites, but they're not getting the sales is because not necessarily that the photo's bad or whatever you're selling is bad. It's just people are overwhelmed with so many options, right? With so many options. People could go now on Etsy, they could go to Amazon Handmade, they could go to Pinterest and do a search for something like this. They don't necessarily have to buy from you. Even if they favor your item, they, most likely if they favor your item is because they do like it. But if they don't buy right away, it's because there's so many options out there. You want to make sure that your product is so different that it makes them feel like it's no brainer to buy from you. It makes them feel like, oh, okay, well, this is a little bit different than the average one that I see. Let me go and buy from the shop. That's what you want. So you definitely want to work on how can you make your product very unique and very different to things that are selling already on Etsy and other platforms that are very, very similar to what you're selling. You did a good job for having different variations of the photo. Like you have it here straightforward, you have it sideways here, you just have different mock-ups. This is not something that you necessarily have to do. What I try to do in all of my photos is have the same size all across down. So if I'm going to use this size, then all of my photos will be that way. This one wouldn't be in the bunch. And I know that this is probably like a mock-up that you purchase that's already set up that way, has different variations of photos. So I understand why you have it that way. Good job for, this is something that I talk about all the time, adding something, asking people to make sure to click on the heart so you don't miss out on any sales or new additions to the shop. This is a really good marketing strategy because when people favor your store, anytime that you have a new listing, a new update, pricing difference, any new changes in your store, everyone that ever either favorite this item or favor your store will get a free notification. It will show up right here in their dashboard, and it will say an item you favor is now on sale, or a store that you favor has a new listing. This is free remarketing from Etsy. You don't do anything. This is sent out automatically to the customer in their dashboard right here. And that would drive more traffic to your store. Would it make you a millionaire? No. But would it get you an additional, let's say, 3 sales a month or 5 sales a month or whatever? Yes, it can help you. So the overall goal is, what are some things that you could do or start implementing to help you scale your sales to the next level, by just applying different little marketing strategies that you could start implementing that overall help you achieve more sales at the end of the year. So great job for having that picture there. In addition to that, what I would recommend, one thing that I didn't see in your store is email marketing. I don't see that you are asking people to join your email list. I don't see it in your listing description. I don't see it here. I didn't see it in your about me section right here. So you definitely want to start that. You do have, join me on Instagram, on Pinterest, and on Facebook, which is great. But keep in mind that the first thing that you should concentrate on is grabbing that email. The email is more important than an Instagram follower, than a Pinterest follower, or Facebook. The reason why is because once you have their email, then you could cross promote. That's when you say, hey, by the way, thanks for joining our email. Here's the incentive, whatever you offer. And in addition to that, you could say, let's connect on Instagram, or let's connect on Facebook, or we are on Pinterest. But in the beginning, it's more important to grab the email, because once you have the email, you're able to remarket to them. You're able to nurture that list, create brand awareness. You're able to nurture the list first and then create brand awareness through them, and then remarket your products to them and get continuous sales. That's how many stores get continuous sales. They're not worried about whether Christmas is over, how I'm going to get sales. They're not worried about that because they already have an email list. They're growing their brand, they're growing their digital footprint, so they're doing everything they can to continue driving additional traffic to their store on a regular basis, and not solely depend on SE0 or solely depend on one particular platform. So keep that in mind. Email marketing is really crucial. It's really going to help you, Paola. So make sure that you sign up. You could do email marketing with the 2 email providers that Etsy recommends. You could do email marketing with any provider that you want. And I also have, right below this video, I have a list of different resources, and I also have my email provider of choice. You could click there. It is a referral link, but they are absolutely amazing and have amazing customer support, and they do demos, and that's the reason why I love them. So you could find the link right below the video. You would click, say more, and it has a list of resources. But definitely start email marketing. And then what I would do is put a picture here with some sort of incentive that you're offering in order for people to join your email list. So great job so far. The next thing I wanted to talk about is your title, and then we'll jump into your listing description. So keep in mind that with your titles, you do want to put your focus keyword in the beginning of your title. You do want to optimize your title for SEO, but you also want to make sure that it's user-friendly for the customer. Etsy doesn't necessarily want us to do keyword stuffing anymore. I know me particularly, I have some listings that I still have to fix, is not the end of the world. However, you want to follow Etsy guidelines. They do want us to make sure that we write titles that are easy to read for the customer so they don't get confused, so it doesn't turn them off like what is all these keywords. And make sure that when you're using that, when you're putting your keywords in your title, when people are reading it, it makes sense. I know particularly for me, I had one listing that said wedding invite, wedding do it yourself invite, and people were getting confused just on that. So make sure that it makes sense. I think for the overall, I think you did a good job. It is a little bit of keyword stuffing, but when I read it, I'm not as confused at what exactly I'm getting. I think the reason why is because you did a really good job of not repeating your tags. That's like one of the biggest mistakes. Even Etsy tells you do not repeat tags. It becomes redundant. You have not done that. You actually did a good job. You have, let's say, Capricorn zodiac print. Then you have Capricorn horoscope print. That's kind of similar, but you didn't keep repeating that. Then you have star sign print, constellation print, minimalist print, digital print, astrologer print. So you did use different variations of tags. This is the best way to use your tags because you do amplify your reach. You don't want to use the same keyword over and over and over. So you don't want to say octopus print, octopus wall art print, octopus printable. You want to do different variations like octopus print, and then you want to do like animal print, and then kind of keep going that way. And I do like that you have some that are long tail keywords. I always talk about long tail keywords because they usually have less traffic or less competition, less traffic. But then if you do get found, or it's the same thing, I guess, when I say less traffic, what I mean by that is that the average search volume is a lot less. And your competition is going to be a lot less because not many people use long tail keywords. In addition to that, what's great about long tail keywords is that they do have a higher conversion rate. So people that actually are searching for Capricorn horoscope print, that's what they're looking for. So they're most likely to buy from you. So I think you did a good job there. Now, when you do use long tail keywords or any type of keywords, obviously you want to do the diligence of making sure that you're targeting the right people, that you're using keywords that accurately describes what you sell, and that you're also making sure that those keywords have some sort of monthly search volume. That way you could get found through Etsy SEO. So let's go ahead and look at your tags, and then we'll come back to your listing description. So I'm using eRank Pro. It is the paid version in case it looks a little bit different to you guys. And one thing that I noticed about your keywords is that a lot of them right here have no traction. Digital print is the only one, but that's very competitive keyword. If you were to go to Etsy right now and you type in digital print, there's over 3 million listings. So that's not really a great tag to use. It doesn't mean that you can't use competitive tags. It just have an understanding that they're a lot harder to rank for. If you do use a variation of long tail keywords with broad terms, that's a better way to kind of manage your tags, to kind of have both in case your listing does get a lot of traction. You could rank for a popular tag. However, they are a lot harder, and that's the reason why I always recommend trying to find tags that if your listing doesn't get a high listing quality score because people didn't buy in that period that Etsy gave you that temporary boost, at least you will be able to rank organically for those keywords. Now, it also could be that maybe your products is not year round. You probably know this, or maybe not know this, right? But unfortunately, in the beginning stages of you creating your products, you have to take in account, is your product an evergreen product that you could sell year round, or is your product one of those products that only sells like 3 times a month, right? Only sells, like, let's say, from coffee mugs usually do really, really well from the end of October to like mid-January. So are you selling something that you're going to get some months that you get a lot of sales, a lot of traction, and it kind of dies off? So understanding if your product is seasonal or evergreen is really important because that will help you decide, one, do I want to go into this particular niche? Am I going to be able to profit year round? Or is this going to be one that's going to be a little bit harder to maneuver, right? So understanding that first, because once you understand that, then this data here will make more sense. For instance, if I do research for my wedding store and I do research in October, the data is going to be less. People are not searching for wedding stuff on October, November. But if I do research for keywords in March, when the peak season starts, these numbers will be a lot higher. So I know that already. But in your situation, you will have to understand, is your products evergreen or are your products seasonal? But what I would do is, depending on your answer, if it is seasonal and you already know that, then you could probably keep these, and I would get rid of the ones that have too much competition, because it's almost going to be impossible for you to rank for these. But what I would do also is, if your product is not necessarily seasonal, then I would do research again. I would use the tool. I'll click on Tool, Keyword Explorer, and what I would do is sit down and think about keywords that accurately describe what you sell. You did a really good job with your keywords, to, if I'm completely honest with you. But I would just research additional tags because these don't have any traction right now. Unfortunately, you're not getting traffic right now in your store. This is another reason why it might be hurting your sales as well. So definitely go back and do keyword research. Another thing I noticed is that in your listing, on the top here, you have a whole bunch of keywords. You're doing keyword stuffing in your listing. This is something that we used to do before. I have done this before as well. The only issue with that, if you want to do it the best practice of SE0, and you want to make sure that you're compliant with XE, which is what I'm trying to do with all of my stores. I'm still fixing my main store that has over 10,000 listings. You could just imagine how much work I've been taking listings down, stuff that's not selling, revamping it, fixing SEO, doing all these different things. But you do not want to do this anymore. You want to use this space for your meta description. That's where you will include your focus keyword. You will write something enticing and some sort of call to action, because this is what people see on Google. Keep in mind, your listings and your shop is shown to people that search for products on Etsy search feed and also on Google. So you want to make sure that your titles, your listing description, and your tags are optimized for both, because that will give you more reach. That will drive more traffic to your store. So you want to make sure that you're optimizing this correctly so you could get more traffic back to your store. So I would definitely work on this. In here, it should be, like I said, your focus keyword. It should have a description of what you're selling, follow with some sort of call to action. Like, you could say simple as "get yours today." That could be a call to action. And for instance, this is what people see right now on Google. They see your image, which is great, and they see a little bit of your title. And then this is what people see on Google. Excuse me, this is Etsy and this is Google. And you can see all they're looking at is a whole bunch of keywords that doesn't make sense. It's not enticing. It's not going to make them want to click to learn more. So definitely fix your listing description so it's optimized correctly. So your meta description here, with your focus keyword, and then include your additional keywords in your actual listing description so you're optimizing it correctly for SEO. Now, in the sense of for the customer, besides this section here, you've done a really good job. You have instant download. You have a little bit of customer service here, which looks good. You have what to expect, what you get included. You have you have here, check out the rest of the Zodiac collection. Okay, so you have a link, the links to all of your other ones matching. Perfect. So great job there. You're telling the customers what you will receive, what image ratio of files they will receive. Perfect. You have here your main link, and you have help. If you need help with digital products, please refer to our frequently asked questions. What I would do is down here, just sign off with your name, like best regards, Paola, or thanks for stopping by. Just put your name here. But I think this, you have done an exceptional job. You just make sure that you're optimizing it for SEO, and two, you're adding your meta description. Those are like the two things that you're kind of missing. Other than that, you're doing a really great job. And then let's go back to your listing. I wanted to see what you're using for attributes. Okay, I think you did a good job with choosing the attributes to go with this. You always want to make sure that when you're doing attributes and categories, you pick the right ones. You don't want to add just any attribute, because what happens is more people see your listing and less people buy. It actually hurts your conversion rate, because Etsy says, well, a lot of people are looking at the listing, but no one is buying. And you get actually a lower listing quality score. So it is really important to make sure that you are using the right attributes, you're choosing the right categories. So you did a really good job there. So great job. And let me go back to your store. I do wanted to say I do like your banner. You have the welcome banner. You explain here these are digital downloads. You have this banner that looks really good with Earth Tones collection. You have this one, and you showcase the different ones that you sell. You did a really good job here. Your sections look like you optimized them for SEO. This should be optimized for SEO, because your section name becomes your page title, and that is shown on Google. So you did a really good job here. You did a good job of having a picture of your beautiful self here. You have a logo, which is really pretty. I think, to be quite honest, you should be very happy with yourself. When I created my first store, and even my stores now, I'm always trying to fix them. But when I created my first store, it didn't look as beautiful as this. So you already have an advantage over me. I've an advantage over many people that, when it comes to being creative, or when it comes to creating stuff like this, is really hard. For me, it was really hard. And even to this day, I'm constantly changing my YouTube banner, or changing my Facebook banner, or changing this. I'm always tweaking it, because you learn more and then you do better, right? So, but you're off to a really great start. So great job with that. Great job for having a really great introduction or announcement here to your products and who you are as a business owner. And great job for having your About Me story here. I think this is so important. Etsy, it is a bit different than, selling on Amazon or the platform. So having a little description of who you are, what you got started, what makes you different, I think it's a big thing. It's something that we all should have. So great job there. And I think overall you are off to a great start. I think the biggest takeaway from your store is not that many, to be honest. It's just fixing your Etsy SEO a little bit more, making sure you have a meta description, making sure that you have tags that are going to get you some search volume. You already have started expanding your digital footprint by using social media. So great job there. So you are off to an amazing start. Now it's just implementing those little things and implementing your email marketing. Don't forget about that. Guys, if you have any additional tips that maybe I didn't cover for Paola, please leave them below. Leave a thoughtful comment below. I'm trying to create a sense of community where we all come together and help each other out. Thank you again for watching.